Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera and good day to everyone. Welcome back to our lecture, VPP3233 Veterinary Physiology 3. And for your information, we just finished our lecture under reproductive system. And now we move to another system, which is endocrine system. And today, we study about the endocrine system. And I have 6 lectures under this system. And then after that, Dr. Wan Mastura will continue under lecture 7 to lecture 11 if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so now we move to lecture 1, introduction of endocrine system. I hope together with you my lecture notes so that you can refer my lecture notes and this teaching online system. Okay, now so at the end of this topic you'll be able to define and describe the hormones, describe the characteristics of hormones, recognize the different types of endocrine glands, recognize the various endocrine organs and their location in the animal body. And the fifth one, to understand how the various endocrine organs function in the animal body. Okay, so we move to the next slide. So now, the endocrine system is one of the two great control systems of the body, namely the nervous and endocrine system. And I'm sure Dr. Wan Masura already explained to you in terms of the nervous system, in terms of the nerve, what happened when the reaction occurs, in terms of the neurons, in terms of the types of neurons, okay, motor neurons. So this is actually similar function with the endocrine system. However, in endocrine system, the response is maybe in minutes or by hours. Okay, for example, when we talk about the blood glucose metabolism, when we induce glucose to the animal's body and then we check the glucose level, we can see the time, what happened into the pancreas, the insulin, when they respond in terms of the glucose metabolism. So we can see the result maybe in minutes or by hours. Okay. However, in nervous system, less than seconds, very fast in terms of the function. Okay, so they are responsible for monitoring changes in the animal's internal and external environment and directing the body to make necessary adjustment for adapting to the changes. So this one, when we talk about the environmental stress, okay, when we talk about the factors, the internal and external factors that influence the adapting to the body changes. Okay, this one may be related with the environmental stress under Prof. Goes. Prof. Go will teach you maybe, I think, after Dr. Wan Mastura under endocrine system. Okay, so we move to next slide. Okay, so before that, I think you can refer to my lecture notes, lecture 4. Okay, nervous system mediates its activity through nerves directly supplying the organs and structures concerned. Endocrine system operates through chemical messenger, we call hormones, which are secreted and circulated in the bloodstream to their respective target organs to modify their activity, especially the organ. Okay, so we can say nervous system by nerves, but endocrine system is more focused on the chemical messenger or hormones. Okay, automatically occurs in our body. So now, slide number 5, the endocrine system and the molecular basis for hormone action. You can see here roles and types of hormone, transport of hormones, and assays of hormone. This one I will explain later under lecture 2, mechanism of hormones. Okay, now, so we move to next slide. Okay, I think slide number 6. The definition of hormone, okay, by the Greek, okay, 1905 by Stalin, to arouse or to excite. Okay, hormone, we call chemical messenger, excite or arouse. Okay, note, not all hormones are stimulatory, some hormones are inhibitory. So this one I will explain later when I explain in terms of the example. For example, what happened to the positive and negative feedback system. Okay. Okay, now move to slide number 7. Okay, characteristics of hormones. You can see here in terms of the physiological regulator, effective in small quantities, synthesized by live cells, synthesized by glands, direct secretion into the bloodstream and circulation, have specific target organs, has a specific action. Okay, so this is a characteristics of hormone. Then next, Hormone act by binding to specific receptors either on the target cell surface or within the cells. I will show you the picture in terms of the target cell. A hormonal action results in a cascade of intracellular reactions within the target cells, which frequently amplifies the original stimulus and leads ultimately to a response of the target cells. Some hormones are important in the body rather than acting on specific target tissues. For example, growth hormone, for example, anterior or posterior, pituitary, thyroxine, thyroid, and insulin pancreas. Okay, what is the cascade? I will explain later, the meaning of the cascade. Okay, next. Okay, so this is the picture to show you about the mechanism of the hormone target. You can see here the first diagram or the first figure. You can see the circulating hormones into the bloodstream. Okay, and then you can see here the target of the organs. Okay, distant target cells by the hormone receptor, meaning that they have the receptor and they have the specific with the hormone and the target organs or the target cell. For example, when we talk about the insulin and pancreas, okay, glucose, this is the target cell. Please refer to the glucose metabolism in terms of the target cell. Okay, and then the circulating hormones you can see here from the paracrine cells, paracrine, and then nearby target cell in terms of the receptor. And then what happened when they regulate or when they have the interaction between the hormone and the cell? They have the power to what we call that to change the activity of the organ. So this is actually roles of the hormone and the target cells. Okay, so I will explain later in terms of the mechanism. I think we have three mechanisms of the hormone action. I think on the lecture 2. Okay, so now we move to next slide. Okay, types of hormones. Chemically, there are three groups of hormone, derivatives of thyroxine, for example, adrenaline, dopamine, thyroid hormones. The second one, peptide and protein hormones of varying sizes consisting of a single chain of amino acid. So this is the example of peptide and protein hormones. Okay, so next, steroid hormone. Okay, for example, you can see here aldosterone, testosterone, progesterone, estradiol or estrogen, cortisol. So this is steroid hormone, okay, affecting carbohydrate metabolism, salt and water balance, especially when we talk about reproductive function. Don't worry about this, I will explain later under reproductive hormone system. Okay, now we move to the number 6. Okay, number 6, if I'm not mistaken, slide number 12. Please refer slide number 12. Transport of hormone in blood. Most peptide and protein hormones are hydrophilic and circulate in the bloodstream with little or no association with serum proteins. The more hydrophobic types are associated with serum protein. So this is transport of hormone in blood. We can say that I think we have two mechanisms. The water and the lipid itself through the bloodstream. This one also I will explain later under the mechanism of the hormone action. Okay. So we move to slide. I think this is the next slide. Next slide is last slide. Yeah. Assay of hormone. So this is the technique how to check the hormone level. Sometimes we use hormone assay, bioassay procedure. For example, when you do your final year project, your supervisor asks you to test or to check the hormone level, especially in the animals. So we use assay of hormone or we use bioassay procedure. Okay, we have a lot of techniques in terms of to measure or to evaluate the hormone levels. We have the specific assay or specific kits to check or to evaluate the hormone levels. Okay, this one is the methods when we analyze the hormone level. So the next slide is the endocrine glands in the cat. Maybe you can refer to your lecture notes. Okay, I didn't put in here in the teaching online. So you can see here the pituitary gland, parotid gland, adrenal gland, ovaries, testes, pancreas, thyroid gland. So this one we will cover step by step. My part, we focus on the reproductive and some of the adrenal glands, and then after that Dr. Wan Masura will cover others gland, okay, especially in the animals. Okay guys, so this introduction is not too long. Okay, I think we have 14 slides. So please read this introduction. This is just to explain to you about the layout or the outline that we can move to lecture 2, lecture 3, lecture 4, and lecture 5. Okay, I think next lecture is the mechanism of hormone action. I will explain later in terms of the mechanism. Okay, so please read lecture 1 until lecture 5 to 6 under endocrine system, and I will explain later in terms of the mechanism action, okay, under endocrine system. Okay guys, so we continue after this lecture 2 and lecture 3, and stay well and stay safe, and I will see you later. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention, and see you after this. Thank you.